If you think the likes of Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and other billionaires are actually the wealthiest people in the world, you are wrong. In reality, there are ultra-rich families that can bury these billionaires with cash. These families are rarely mentioned in the news. For a good reason. They are ancient, secretive about their wealth, and have endless connections to the most powerful people in the world. Actually, they are the most powerful people in the world, excluding China and Russia. And unlike celebrity billionaires, whose wealth is mostly in the form of stocks and options in one company, these families have unbelievably insanely huge reserves of cash and gold, making them able to buy almost anything at any time, anywhere. Even the best investigative journalists admit that they simply cannot track even a small portion of these families' actual wealth and vast business empires. However, we managed to crack the barriers, deciphered some of the secrets, and have some accurate data on who these elusive elites of the elites are, and what is their real net worth. The House of Saud has been around for more than 2,000 years. They are an ancient Saudi family that ruled Saudi Arabia on and off for the past 2,000 years, often via collaboration with other powerful families. But after the end of World War I, they returned to power after centuries of absence under the Ottoman Empire's rule. And this time, they gained full control over the country and did not share the crown with outsiders. There are nearly 15,000 members in the House of Saud, and they are literally worth more than $1.5 trillion. And since Saudi Arabia is an absolute monarchy and has about $600 billion in reserves and another $1 trillion in investments all around the world and sits on trillions of dollars worth of oil, you can simply say that the House of Saud's real net worth is in the trillions of dollars. They are good people too, and managed to turn Saudi Arabia, which was a desert with no economy or even real roads nearly 50 years ago, into a world-class, sophisticated, and advanced nation that hosts more than 12 million migrant workers and professionals within its population of 38 million people. Officially speaking, you would not be able to connect the 2B in regards to anything the ancient Rockefeller family is involved in, and it is even more difficult to figure out their finances. The best estimates by the experts put their semi-traceable wealth, such as companies, investments, and real estate, at around $700 billion. But we have discovered that this family is not friendly towards those who dig into its business, even though it had its nose deep into the business of about everything and every country for more than 100 years. They are all over the place and super active in religion, global socioeconomic issues, and you name it, which explains the conspiracy theories that rotate around them. They control 30 banks and investment companies across the world, and they have heavy investments in 8 of the 10 biggest financial institutions in the world. Their business advisors include Chase Bank. They are deeply involved with well-known companies such as Exxon Mobil Corporation, BP plc, and Chevron Corporation. The Rockefeller family's history is a little dark because their founding fathers were some of the earliest businessmen in the United States who became rich by laying railway lines in the early 1900s by illegally obtaining government contracts. They were also involved in exploiting Native American lands to procure large sums of precious metals like gold and diamonds illegally in the states of Utah, Idaho, and Dakota, among other places. Their wealth is scattered around the world, and according to some experts, the $700 billion figure is rather lame because this family probably possesses double that amount, since they are superiorly clever at hiding their wealth in tax havens that they literally own. To sum up the Rothschild family in a few words, just contemplate this sentence by one of their founding fathers, Nathan Rothschild. I care not what puppet is placed upon the throne of England to rule the empire on which the sun never sets. The man who controls Britain's money supply controls the British Empire, and I control the British money supply. This is exactly how this family made its wealth, and it was all obtained from endless wars, slavery, and bloodshed. The infamous Rothschilds can hide, but they cannot run. Their finances and assets are nothing short of being a deceptive, super complex clandestine network. They are worth trillions of dollars. Their massive network of very close, powerful friends includes Mark Zuckerberg, Bloomberg, the Pope, and George Soros. They are a German Jewish family, yet they are also an ancient member of the Vatican's inner circle, as per orders by Pope Francis. Their donations to the Catholic Church are in the billions. They are heavily involved in all the global giants of financial services. energy, mining, real estate, and you name it. Their properties in West Europe alone are worth more than $70 billion. They own 70 luxury yachts, 30 top-notch luxury private jets, and countless luxury hotels and resorts, and also sit on a cash reserve of more than $200 billion. And of course, they own a few banks here and there. Everything you heard about this family as the creators of the State of Israel via the Balfour Declaration and Nakba, financing the British Empire, genocides around the globe, and even lending money to both sides of the war in World I and II, and pretty much every conflict since about the mid-1700s. They even lend money to big banks and governments via their endless complex web of horrific financial institutions. Telling A from Z about this family is also futile. They are not nice people and have always been supporters of wars, invasions, civil wars, and sanctions because they make money by lending to all parties involved, including arms makers. They are just as nasty as the Rockefellers and have always supported imperialism, colonialism, and even slavery. Their wealth is simply blood money. The other super rich families that you really should know about, because they do have their noses in a lot of things, include the Koch family, the Mars family, Warburg family, and the Walton family. These four families combined are publicly worth more than $900 billion, but that does not include their hidden reserves, gold, cash, fine art pieces, and real estate, which makes their actual net worth combined exceed $1.8 trillion. They are some of the biggest financiers of politicians, and some pretty creepy shadowy NGOs that do not feed the poor, treat the sick, or do anything except spread general creepiness, misery, and neo-colonialism. Other families worth mentioning are the royal family of the United Arab Emirates, the Qatar royal family, and the royal family of Kuwait. These Arab families combined are just as rich as the Saudi House of Saud and are also like them focused on turning their countries into luxury, futuristic heavens. To put things in perspective for you, if some of these families pulled their investments out of companies that are owned by regular billionaires such as Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, these companies would nearly collapse. That's how ridiculously rich these families are. They are truly powerful beyond your imagination and are also just as ruthless as the covert mercenary groups and lobbies that protect them and their secrets. Mind you, that their unwarranted influence on many of the world's governments, mainstream media outlets, corporate giants, central banks, and policymakers including presidents and prime ministers is just horrific and criminal at best. Thank you for watching, and please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.